Hello everyone, myself Dr. Mishu Singh, Department of Chemistry from Maharana Pratap Government PG College, Hardoi. The topic for today's presentation is Pearson's Principle, the hard and soft acid and base concept. This concept is an acronym for hard and soft acids and bases, which is also known as Pearson's hard and soft acids base concept. This was first introduced by Ralph Pearson to explain the stability of metal complexes, the reaction mechanism, and the pathways. This theory was found helpful in predicting the products of the metathesis reactions. So basically, this theory says that soft acids react faster and form stronger bonds with soft bases, whereas hard acids react faster and form stronger bonds with hard bases. These terms, hard and soft, they are basically coined for acids and bases chemical species. Here are some of the general properties of hard acids and hard bases. As you can see here, these are listed here. These hard acids and hard bases, they have small atomic or ionic radius. They are high oxidation state. They are low polarizable. That means the electrons present in the outermost shell or the d orbitals are not easily polarized. They have high electronegativity, and the HOMOs are low energy line and the LUMOs are high energy line. HOMO stands for highly occupied molecular orbital. LUMO stands for lowest unoccupied molecular orbital. The affinity for hard acid and hard bases for each other is mainly ionic in nature. That means whenever hard acids and hard bases react, they form the ionic products. The properties for soft acids and soft bases are listed here. These are with large atomic and ionic radii. They have low or zero oxidation state. That means the metals in their zero oxidation state will be considered as soft acids. These are highly polarizable. They have low electronegativity. The HUMO are high energy line and the LUMOs are low energy frontier molecular orbitals. And the affinity for hard and soft acids and bases is mainly covalent in nature. Now here, there is no line of demarcation between hard and soft species where an atom or an ion will start behaving as hard and soft. There is no line of demarcation as such. Here are some different points, some important points given. Within each group, there exists no equal hardness or softness. That means if you take the example of alkali earth metals or alkaline metals here, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. This is the decreasing order of hardness from lithium to cesium in the first group in the periodic table. So you can see here, lithium is the hardest while cesium is the softer. As we have already read there, that the larger atomic or the ionic size, the harder they are. Similarly, in a group of periodic table, in the group of halogen, the softness of the Lewis acid decreases from iodine to bromine to chlorine and to fluorine. Another example is of ammonia, where nitrogen acts as a hard base. But the substituents which are attached to nitrogen, they decide whether nitrogen will behave as hard or as soft. Like in case of ammonia, where nitrogen is attached to hydrogen, this whole will behave as a hard base. But in case of pyridine, it will be soft. Further, we may use the terms like moderately weak and fairly soft for hard acids and bases, deciding the strength of these acids and bases. According to HSAB principle, these Lewis acids and Lewis bases can be further divided into hard and soft or borderline types. Borderline lies between hard and soft. The criteria of hardness of or softness is ascribed to the hardness of the electron cloud associated with a particular species. That means a firmly held electron cloud having low polarizability makes the species hard, while easily polarizable electron cloud characterizes the species as soft. And the third is the intermediate, which is also called as borderline. Here are some examples given of hard Lewis acids. As I already told, hydrogen ion, the metal ions belonging to alkali metals and alkali earth metal groups, the transition series elements like aluminium, gallium, indium, chromium, cobalt, iron, iridium, lanthanum, silicon, titanium, zirconium, thallium, these all etc. are considered as hard Lewis acids. Some of the beryllium and boron compounds, they are also considered as hard acids. Why? Because they have empty orbitals in their valence shell. That is, they have high energy LUMOs. LUMOs, again I repeat, these are lowest unoccupied molecular orbitals which are vacant. The soft Lewis acids, these are characterized as the species which have large ionic radii, which have low positive charge, which have completely filled atomic orbitals, and as they have completely filled atomic orbitals, that means they will be having low energies LUMOs. Metal atoms in their zero oxidation states, they are considered as soft Lewis acids. Boron hydrochloride is considered as soft acid, and the other examples given here are copper, silver, gold, mercury, cesium, tellurium, lead, cadmium, platinum. These all metal ions, they are considered as soft Lewis acids. Hard Lewis bases, most of these are the organic species with nitrogen in them. These hard Lewis bases, they have small ionic radii, they are easily solvated, they have high electronegativities, they are weakly polarizable, and they have high energy HOMOs. That means they have high energy lying highly occupied molecular orbitals. That means they have unshared pair of electrons which they can donate, and they behave as Lewis acids. The soft Lewis bases, the characteristics are given here. They are species with large ionic radii, intermediate electronegativity, they are highly polarizable, and they have low energy HOMOs. These are the examples given here. And the borderline, acids and bases. Now it is important here to note that it is not necessary for a Lewis acid or base to possess all the properties to be classified as hard or soft or borderline. That means all the species are necessarily not considered as hard and soft acids and bases. All the Lewis acids or bases are not necessarily considered to be hard or soft or borderline. Now, there are certain theories given before HSAB principle, before Ralph Pearson introduced his HSAB principle. The theory was first given by Irving Williams stability series, which explained that the given legend reacts with the metal ion to form complexes, and the stability of this complex was decided by the series, but this theory failed. And then the theory was given about the frontier molecular orbitals, but this theory also could not flourish. And then came Arland. Arland gave his theory where the metal atoms were divided into two categories, type A and type B. All the alkali metal cations and all the alkaline earth metal cations, the lighter transition elements, they were placed in type A metal cation series, while the heavier transition metal cations in their lower oxidation states, they were placed in metal cation type B. The ligands, they were also classified as type A and type B depending upon whether they are forming stable complexes with type A and type B metals. Now, from this analysis, a principle was concluded that type A metals prefer to bind with type A ligands, and type B metal, they prefer to bind with type B ligands. Thank you.